Hello and welcome to part 2 of the August garden tour, the outer garden beds. And probably not going to be a too terribly long one, but we do have some cool stuff coming up. So the theme of this month so far has been big. Unfortunately here, the weeds are what's big. We're going to be revamping this whole area. This is the Blackberry area, if you don't remember. We have a lot of blackberry vines, a lot of old blackberry vines that we're going to be cutting out at the end of this season, or end of this year, I should say, and waiting for new ones. But all this undergrowth is really creating some stress. So I've been doing some research on what I'm supposed to do with these, and I'm going to be coming through and very carefully putting down something for a weed barrier, probably cardboard. I have a lot of cardboard stored away right now, so I'd love to be able to put down cardboard all through here between all the blackberries to kill off all the weed seeds, the weeds and the weed seeds that are sprouting up, because there's a whole lot of it coming up in here. I mean, too much. I'll be pulling it out, but I'm slowly getting to it. But it's just going to be the winter project, the winter clearing out. Whoop! Oh, almost lost the camera there. You can see there's a pomegranate in an organza bag, and up here there's a bunch up above me. There's a bunch throughout here. I did harvest 18 of these recently for smoothies, and they were delicious. Oh my goodness! Yeah. Pomegranate juice is amazing, especially fresh off the tree. So might have to do a video on that sometime, show you what I do and how I do it. I've gotten okay with it. I will say, if you look at my hands, they look dirty. That's from pomegranates. I bust them up by hand, and well, anyway, I won't go through that now. But it's funny because I cleaned my hands beforehand. I had nice clean hands. And about halfway through, I looked down at my hands and I saw how dirty my hands were. And I was like, I know I washed my hands. So I actually went and washed my hands again, and they wouldn't come clean. So that's been almost 24 hours now, and I can't get them clean. I've washed my hands a few times, but they'll come clean, of course. Anyway, so let's get on with the outer garden tour and get to a couple of the exciting things. If you remember, on the last one, we lost the honey boxes on the beehive, and we're down to just 3 boxes. The bees seem to have settled down. They've thinned out a bit, I think. There was a day it was pretty hot, and they were all outside on the front porch, on their front porch, just covering the front of the box. But even then, they were calm. So it's been mid 80s for the highs lately. The temperature right now is about 90. Sorry, I just noticed my peach tree has a shoot that shot up about 2 times taller than everything else. That's for the raised bed garden tour. That'll be after this one. My goodness, that thing is huge. Anyway, I have not sat here. I'm actually sitting on my weeding bench. I'll have to show you this. It's pretty useful. A friend of mine has one, and I saw that, and I thought, oh, that's exactly what I need. My biggest challenge is getting down on my knees somewhere and being able to get back up. Knees and hips don't work as good as they used to. So there are days, and like today, right now, my shoulders are killing me. I built a big old fence yesterday, or day before yesterday, and I'm not going to be up to working tomorrow either. But anyway, so that's besides the point. Let's get on with this and talk about these outer beds and what's going on, because we have some new fruit that's coming out, the Kiwano. Yeah, Kiwano. Kajari. I mix those up. It's the Kiwano, the horned melon. Let's head over that way and take a look. There's really not a lot to see here on the blackberries, but let me turn this camera around. So this is my garden kneeler, and these little handles fold up. The sides here will fold up, both sides fold up, but also you flip it over and it becomes a kneeler with handles to get up. And there's two sizes of these on Amazon. There is a smaller size and this larger size. The difference is literally just an inch or two, but I got the larger one. I'm 6 foot and felt like I would do better with the slightly larger one. And so I'm very happy with it. But looking here, walking through the blackberry arbor, which if you look here, look at this. We have brand new, oh no, that is growing through. We're gonna have to liberate that because that might become a problem. Fortunately, it's just zip tied here, so that'll be easy to do. I would like to point out something. Do you remember what this is back here? This little thing is goji berry, and my goji berries are coming out. Wait till you see the other one. But yeah, so pomegranates. There's 3, 4. Right, look at that one way up there. That's about 12 feet in the air. I actually had to get a ladder to do some of these. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 there. There's another one over here. So yeah, I've been using these organza bags. I didn't get them soon enough for some of these, but I just wanted to prevent future damage. But yeah, so there's tons of these pomegranates in the organza bags. And again, I have to come through every once in a while. I have not tightened this one up, and it's pretty good. There's a little bit of an opening, but see, the insects that come to this, or the birds for that matter, they're coming here. They're not gonna be smart enough, most of them, to figure out to climb up over the little opening, even if it's a little. And there's that one organza bag that's 12 feet up there. There's another one right here. I think that one may have a big bird bite out of it on the top side. But yeah, I put organza bags on over 80 pomegranates, and I'm still doing them. So you notice it's pretty sunny right now. It's 90 degrees, and you can see the bee box. They're really bearding down to the bottom down there. So I can zoom you in here. See, that's solid. Those bees are solid down there in the bottom. I don't know how they're breathing, but they've been pretty friendly. Not too, they haven't stung me in a while. No, I take that back. I did get a sting on the back of my head a few days ago. But yep, there's a peppermint there amidst the blueberries. These are the blueberries. And we're coming around here, and all this dead stuff, this is cantaloupe that we've been eating off of. Oh my goodness, I just discovered a new cantaloupe. Where did you come from? Oh my goodness, looky there. I need to get an organza bag on that. I did know about this one right here. You can see it's got the larger organza bag on it. Everything's kind of done. Oh, I see another one down there that failed. Ooh, yuck. Look at the bottom of that. It's all squishy. That's a nasty one. We did fight rats. If you followed on Facebook, you know we had a battle with rats. And it's been a month. I killed 11 rats in 4 days. This is what the rat trap I'm using. It's the what is it, the Tomcat black traps. They work really good. I tell you what, I've never used those before this year, and I am very, very happy with those. But it's been 4 days since I've had a single rat, so feeling pretty good. But looky here, I gotta show you. We saw these last time, but I wanted to show you one of these horned melons. These things are really interesting. These are really sharp. These little tips on here, they are extremely sharp, and that's kind of uncomfortable even holding it. But we've got a bunch of these in organza bags down here, that we're hoping will develop. There's another one up there. Oh, I see a big one back behind there that needs to be in a bag before the rats get back, before we get a new round of rats. But look, it's all dying. This is just really looking miserable. But something is developing those Kiwano jelly melon. And I'm looking here, is that air potato? I don't think it is. Yeah, that's air potato. I'm gonna have to get in here and control that. So this chocolate mint right here has really struggled underneath all the vines. And you see there is still some green in here, but if I come through here and cut out all this dead stuff and trim it down, it'll actually come back and start growing again. So this is the small fig tree. And let me tell you something, this small, quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes, small fig tree is actually the tallest fig tree I have on the property now, believe it or not. It's got one main shoot going up here, and it's got a side one coming. Oh, looky here. Here's another little lizard just looking at us. Looky there. I love these guys. They do a good job around here keeping things under control. The zucchini is looking terrible, of course. This original vine, I got to show you this. This original vine grew right here. Around him. Started right here, came back here. It's actually going around and under and back here. This vine is just going and going and going. And looks like the zucchini I was hoping for right there is gonna fail. But we did get another zucchini off of this, which is very exciting. It's sitting on the dining room table right now. In fact, it's not overly impressive, but it's a zucchini nonetheless. So that's what we harvested off that last plant I was showing you. That being said though, I actually have some new attempts at zucchini plants coming up over here. They're looking really bad, mainly because of all the rain we've had, but that's a new zucchini. That's a new zucchini, and there's another one right there. So we'll see if we can get another crop of zucchini here. They don't look very impressive right now, but I've been trying to keep the weeds out of this bed as best I can. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a zucchini growing there. We'll find out. But yeah, so I'm trying to baby these a little bit and get them growing. We'll see what happens. I do have, look, check out this. There are more jalapeno. Remember the jalapeno on the front? Look at here, there's some more jalapenos. They're small. This is a Jalapeno Traveler. According to the package, there's a bunch of them on here. According to the package, they're supposed to be like 3 inches long. These are closer to 1 inch long. But of course, there's the other fig tree right there. So we're gonna have 5 fig trees. These the three of this kind, one in the front yard and the 2 here in the outer bed. And then the 2 brown turkey figs, which are big ones. These are smaller figs, but they are very delicious. So check out what's come up over here, and I finally just let them go. And that is these elephant ears. And they're interesting to watch. I've enjoyed seeing them grow. There's the bench under there, for those of you who remember the sitting bench. And there's our bees. They're just buzzing along, happy as a clam. I do have vines climbing up the fence up there I gotta get rid of. I do need to pull up, well, we'll be pulling a lot of vines out of here soon. But anyway, so coming around the outer beds, still planning on the Loquat hedge right here. Very excited about that. The steps over the fence here are gonna go over to the chatty patty, and we're gonna end up covering this whole area with the commercial weed fabric and putting holes in for the 5 loquats. So that hedge is gonna sit right back here and it should come right to about where the bricks are. But Loquats. Oh, makes my mouth water. The Fatalii pepper plant is still not producing. I did feed it some more. I have not fed this thing enough. It is in its second year. It's kind of struggling out here. Probably would have been happier with a little bit more shade, but there you go. That's just the way it is. Lots and lots of huge dollar weed all through here. Look how big these things are. This is actually a water plant. Can you imagine lily pads? That's what these do. They float in the water. And underneath the orange tree right here, I'm sorry, lemon tree, which has very few lemons on it. I see one up there. Very few lemons. Not sure why. Of course, we haven't really done good feeding this year. We have this watermelon patch right here that gave us the Blacktail Mountain, and we are growing either butternut squash or spaghetti squash. And I just planted a bunch of seeds here and over here, and you can see these are actually kind of growing pretty good. They get a bit more sun away from that lemon tree. I need to come in here and start pulling weeds. Our failed sunflower patch, we had a couple of sunflowers out of it, but there's another pomegranate. Look at the organza bags on these. It's just protecting them as best we can. And there's some Guinea impatiens. And here comes the, these are Dragon Cayenne hot peppers. And we're about to have another harvest off of that, I can see. I see a lot of green ones on here. Look at, there's green one, green one, green one. Yeah, so we're gonna have another harvest off this pretty soon. I better get in there and take out some of the weeds. This one right here is the worst culprit, probably. But looky here. Now I'm going to move this. I see a problem here because this guy is not getting sun. Anybody know what this is? This is a potato. Oh, I'm gonna put this over here. Get a little more sun, not much better, but you can see that irrigation head right there. It kind of gets it a little bit of water. But that potato, remember the potato I planted indoors, and as soon as it sprouted over the dirt, I stuck out here. Well, it's almost 2 feet tall now, which is kind of cool. The Lagustrum, or Privet Hedge, on the other side of the kinetic art here. And I see we have some more air potato coming up. We're gonna have to address that yet again. I would really not like to see actual air potatoes develop, but I would like to show y'all. If I ever see one, I will be sure to put it on camera so you can see what air potatoes look like. But my Citronella is not doing that great. It needs a little more sun. Yeah, need to take better care of these things. I should probably try to put them in a better spot. But these are the old Crimson Sweet watermelon mounds right there and right here, and they have obviously come to the end of the season. Again, they're under this water oak, which incidentally we have finally decided that we are going to take down, and I'll talk about that a little bit in the next third part of the video. This little lemon tree right here, it's got lemons all over it. That one over yonder didn't have hardly anything, but this thing is just thriving with lemons. There's another bag of mint there, and I think it's kind of gotten overrun by other stuff, but again, it's still got life in it. So I'm gonna trim it out and we'll get it to growing again. The mixed pepper bag here. Oh, there's actually a Hungarian Black in there. Oh, looky here. There's a nice Hungarian Black. That's nice. And there's some, I finally should go and pick these Rezha peppers. But Thai hots. I've got a lot of Thai hots. These are really hot ones. In fact, I used a lot of these in some bread and butter pickles we did recently, but there's green ones all over the place. This thing has just never stopped producing. It moved from the apartment to here. It never stopped. It didn't pause. And you can see there's buds on here as well. This thing has just been an amazing producer. Just never stopping. I did feed these two. And we come around to an agave in a pot and the compost for the neighbors. I collect their compost now, which is very exciting because we don't create enough compost. But this is the other Crimson Sweet, and back there on this platter, I had the watermelon, and I was so excited, and we got a ton of rain. We're having like inches of rain every day for weeks now. Well, it's split 3 ways, and if you go on Facebook, you can see that a picture of that. It was okay. It was very premature, and we enjoyed it, but yeah, it kind of had a much milder flavor to it than you would expect. But yeah, so here is the Satsuma oranges. These are kind of greening out small. I may need to start looking at these, tasting them, seeing what they're going to taste like. But there are a lot of them on here, lots and lots, so a lot more than last year. So I'm a little bit excited, and we'll get to this okra plant in a few minutes because he's kind of stepping out of his bounds. But we're coming around here to the onion bed, and we've eaten a lot of onions. You'll notice there's not very many onions in the front. Whoa! In the front here, another one of those crown spiders. You see that? Trying to get it to focus on this. This one's a yellow one. That other one in the part 1 was a white one. But anyway, so I've been harvesting up here in the front, and you can see there's dollarweed and stuff in here, but there's still a lot around the back, and I'm waiting for them to do something. I got to get in there and do some weeding, but waiting for them to just do something. So, but here is our pomegranate and lemon trees. They're kind of entwined. There's a pomegranate up inside that is all nasty, but we do have several organza bags here. And then right here is a pomegranate that I'm not holding a lot of hope out for. It's starting to lose its leaves, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's struggling. You can see it's kind of looks like it's been taken over by something else back here, and I didn't realize that until just recently. I don't know if that's more pomegranate branches or if that is something else choking out. There's also some comfrey leaves, those broad leaves back behind there that are kind of close to it. I don't know if they'll choke it out or what. Comfrey, I believe, is a nitrogen fixer. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Then there's the big rosemary here, some grass. We're going to be doing stuff with this grass here in the next year. I've got there's some purple fountain in a pot right here, and there's more up front. There's these more aloe, of course, but we're gonna do something with these decorative glasses. This lemon tree is really producing, and behind it you can see there's even more pomegranates back up in there and in organza bags. So I've just been covering pomegranates as early as I can catch them. Unfortunately, I've missed some before they got stung a few times by insects, but doesn't seem to affect the flavor that much. It's got just the right amount of pucker. In fact, this last, we did 2 harvests recently, and the first harvest about 2 weeks ago, it was perfect. It's beautiful sweetness, just a little bit of pucker. Here lately, the big harvest we did yesterday of the pomegranate had a lot of pucker to it. Well, no, not a lot. It had slightly more than the first harvest. So it was, we had to, well, it was still good. Let me just put it that way. It was still good. So here's some spearmint down here. And looky here, this is the Loquat hedge that I'm so excited about. These little trees right here. Look at the growth coming out on these. I am just really excited about that. That's kind of a stressed leaf right there. But so yeah, these are going to be the Loquat hedge one day. They are just starting out. Very excited about these. Oh, looky here. I got a lizard. Where is he at? There he is. He's kind of walking tall, isn't he? He says, "Aw, shucks." I love watching the lizards. Sometimes I just come out here and watch them. Kind of silly, but they are fun. They fight, they play. I know it's not playing. It's pretty aggressive stuff. So we got some compost from the equestrian center for the church, and I took a couple of wheelbarrow loads for myself. So I've been using this just so I can have something. This is still wood chips, but it's starting to break down. It sunk down about an inch. No, I'm sorry, about a foot. And I did add some grass and just shuffled it into the top. But this is all those wood chips from the road, the whole thing. So I don't expect, this is not going to be ready this year. But I am slowly adding bits of this to our active compost, which is over here. And if you go back a couple months, you'll remember this thing was mounded to the top. And we are still adding to this a lot. But here is compost, here's wood chips. Underneath that is some compost. So when I come out and empty a bucket of compost, a lot of times I'll just pull back the compost that's here and put it in the hole, but this was a pretty big bucket. So I did that, I pulled it back and I covered it, couldn't cover it very well, so I added some more. This is some of the decorative grass I just kind of threw in here and laid out, but I'm hoping it'll break down. Being grass and all, I'm pretty sure that it will. Considered an experiment. If it fails, it fails. But that's actually got some lawn clippings underneath it. But anyway, that's the outer gardens, and appreciate you stopping by and taking a gander. I want to invite you to the next part of the video tour, which is going to be in the raised garden bed. So we had big Kiwano growing. I'm very excited. Yeah, they're only about so big, but I don't know how big they're supposed to get. I think they're supposed to get about maybe 5 or 6 inches long. So we'll have to see. Oh, do I have another Loquat growing? I may. Does that look like a Loquat to you? These kind of come out at different rates. I better put that in with the others just in case. Maybe I'll have 6 after all. That would be nice. More is better, right? If 5 is good, 6 is better. Yeah. Anyway, so I appreciate y'all stopping by, watching the garden. And if you haven't kept up, you know, go back and look and see the progress and see how things have grown. And this thing right here, this what is it? Oh, this is a tomato, but this oak right here, just stay tuned for part 3 and check out how huge. I want to show you how the trunks of these things. It's amazing. And I'm allowing some of the cucumbers to grow and everything else. So but yeah, that's the outer beds, and appreciate y'all spending some time with me. It's you know, this is really for my information, but I'm happy to share it. I hope that you get some inspiration, and you know, if you just go out and try a tomato plant, and it's not too late here in Florida, you can still plant a tomato plant in a pot on a deck and still get tomatoes from it. We're not looking in Destin. We don't look at our first frost date until mid-November, and that's average. It might not even come till Christmas. Last year, it didn't come till January. So, well, that was this year. But anyway, I was growing tomatoes all the way through after Christmas. But hopefully it can inspire you to just grow something. And if we just take an interest in sourcing our own stuff and at least having something that's more flavorful than what we get at the store, you know, I love it. I just love it. So again, thank you. You're awesome. Have a blessed day.